always turns me on. She keeps me coming around. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. On today's episode, we got 5 ways to restart your life in the middle of April, not on New Year's.
It's due to Easter.
Yes. Easter, the best time to resurrect.
Resurrect your life.
Resurrect your life into a new life.
And these guys, you know.
These 5 steps right here are where it's at. I'm looking forward to this, Doc. I'm glad you found this.
We got Pastor Mike on the mic.
Oh, we got Dr. Parker in the house.
And I missed the boom.
It ended perfectly.
And for the listener and non-listener and video viewer and non-video viewer, for just FYI, we were having technical issues this morning, so the normal video production may not be like it normally, the high quality that it normally is. So,
well, if I would have known this was going to just be an audio week, I wouldn't have gotten so dudded up.
I know, man. You came in looking all spiffy, and
I wouldn't have done my hair like I did my hair.
When was the last time I saw you in a 3-piece suit?
It's been a minute. I've got 3 pieces of clothing on, but it ain't a 3-piece.
And it's suitable.
It is suitable. Suitable for audio.
5 tips, 5 ways to restart your life. Starting today.
Starting today.
No, why do we have to say that?
Well,
I mean, why do people, hey, let's restart my life next week?
Well, because the idea is that there is nothing. How's the saying go? Why do today what you can put off till tomorrow?
Mañana.
Yeah.
Or for
no better time than now.
For those out in the Pacific Ocean, Hawaii time.
Mm-hmm. Hawaii time.
It's Aloha Friday. That's a song you know nothing about.
I know nothing about Aloha Friday. You're right.
Yeah.
You are right. All right. 5 ways. And why? So why? Why would you even pick this topic?
Because we're always, we're never satisfied with our life.
Why not?
Why not? Because we're humans. Because we're always, looking across the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. I don't feel like, I had dreams when I was a kid, and it wasn't to be this. I've made mistakes, and I don't know how to get out of these mistakes, or I'm in a rut, and I, kind of chewing the same ground over and over again. Is this the way life is going to be the next 40, 50 years? We all have some sort of regret or, dissatisfaction with some area of our life. Somebody right now is sitting there on the couch scrolling through Facebook for the last 2 hours, stumbled across this and is listening to it. And now they're thinking, I've just wasted 2 hours on Facebook. I want to do my life differently.
Yep.
How do you do that?
Yeah. And I know, I'm just speaking for myself, I feel like I've always got a lot of opportunity for growth, a lot of opportunity for new, a lot of opportunity to just feel better about where I'm headed and how I'm getting there. So this is good.
And the starting today is because, inertia. A body that stays in motion, a body in motion tends to stay in motion. A body at rest tends to stay at rest. So if you put off to start until tomorrow, then tomorrow you will put off to start until tomorrow, and tomorrow you'll put off to start until tomorrow. So get off the couch, do something now.
Yep.
Start today. And these tips are things you can start today.
100%. That's what I love about these is they're very simple.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like you have to really get yourself pumped up to do one of these, even one of them. It's just a simple matter of making the decision and following through. Because there's a whole lot of us that are going to hear this and do nothing with it. We're going to hear this and we're going to just end up in the same place because we didn't do the one simple step of getting started.
Now we're teasing the audience, but I want to ask you one quick question before we get started. Oh, and let you know I have a pro tip at the end. I gave you these last week.
Yep.
And did you actually read them?
I did.
Okay. Now, test question.
I'm going to read them tomorrow.
Mañana. 5 tips to start my life today. I'll read that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice any theme about them? There were 2 themes in them that advanced students of the 4 fundamentals would have noticed.
Yeah, advanced. Well, it's about controlling what you control.
These are great guesses.
That's not advanced.
1, most of them are negative.
Okay.
Don't do this. Don't do that. And the second thing is there's a...
Yeah, I didn't notice that. I'm still there.
there's a slant towards social media.
Yes, true. True.
And now why this is interesting to me is because, can I be honest here?
Go ahead.
I put this into ChatGPT.
Uh-huh.
And I said, I'm lazy today. I want some help. Give me 5 tips to restart my life today. And this is what it gave me.
Mm-hmm.
So this is AI's idea about 5 tips on how to restart your life. And I put a little fundamental spin on them.
Okay.
So tip number 1, you ready to go?
And you did that on how you worded the, like, AI help me with such and such.
Well, and I point this out because we talk about negative thinking is so pervasive,
mm-hmm.
and it fills our minds. And I have the short 1-minute video of the client who walked in, and every single sentence, in less than a minute, 30, 40 sentences were just negative. Anytime you think you hear negative thinking, hit the button. This is going to be like a game show.
No whammy.
So I asked, how have you been? Their answer, well, I've not been stressed. I did not take a sleep aid, so I did not sleep well. I have not read a book for a while. I don't know why. I have not thought about it. I don't need to escape my reality anymore, so I don't know why. I don't know what I used to enjoy. I guess I just am doing things I want to do. I don't know. Like, I saw my family, but I did not get to see my uncle. He was not there because he passed away about a month ago. We didn't do a service. He was not religious. He did not plan for his funeral. We did not know what to do, so we had a party because we thought he would not mind. Our negativity is so pervasive, it's in AI.
Yeah.
They programmed it, and here's this artificial intelligence thinking negatively.
Yeah.
You would think if it's going to get one thing right, it's going to be a positive.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's really amazing.
So number 1, it says do a life audit. And so grab a journal, or a notepad, take 15 to 20 minutes to reflect on these 4 areas. You write these down, and then each one you think about. Your mind, are your thoughts helping or hurting you?
Mm-hmm.
Your body, how are you treating your physical health? People, who are you surrounded by and how do they affect your energy? Purpose, are you aligned with what gives you meaning? Now, you just whooped out a piece of paper while I was reading, and you have...
The same thing.
Yes.
I just remembered that I put it in my pocket earlier this morning.
You put it in your pocket last week. Those are the same clothes.
No. Oh, that could be.
Better hang it on the bedstand. Laying in the bathroom floor.
That's funny.
So the tip on this was, as you're thinking about these 4 categories, it says tip.
Mm-hmm.
As you think about these 4 categories, what feels off right now? You can't reset what you haven't checked on.
Sure.
And so the positive question, as you think about your mind and your body and people in your life and purpose, what do I want to improve?
Mm-hmm.
Where would I like to improve? Let me look at my health. Do I want to become more physically fit? Do I want to eat healthier? Let me look at my mind. Do I want to think more clearly? Do I want to think more positively? People, let me look at friends in my life, people I surround myself with. Where can I improve my relationships? So everybody, as you listen to me read those 4 categories, every single person hearing this today, even you probably were thinking, what's wrong in these areas? And I'm asking you to think, What would you like to improve in these areas? So as you pull out your piece of paper and scribble these notes, in your mind, body, people, purpose, what do you want to improve in these areas? Your bills, you want to improve your financial standing over the next year, work, you want to improve your performance at work, maybe start looking to move up, health, you want to improve your health, your connection with Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You want to deepen that relationship, start walking more in his will for your life. What do you want to improve? Tip number 1, do a life audit, mind, body, people, purpose. What do you want to improve? Tip number 2, I'm not even going to let you say it. What are you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say that, and I kind of stopped myself, or you stopped me before I stopped myself from going negative. I was just thinking, say you're in a room somewhere and you're kind of monitoring when people come walking in the room. Do they energize you or suck your energy away?
Mm-hmm.
Do they fill the room with air or suck the room right out of or suck the air right out of the room? You kind of need to monitor that about yourself too. When you walk into a room,
Yeah.
Do you bring life into the room, or do you literally suck the life out of the room? And you got to be honest about it. So honest that maybe you ought to ask a few people.
Yeah.
And ask a few people that would be willing to be honest with you. Because there's a whole lot. And I can absolutely be a room drainer. It's all about the energy that you bring.
Sure.
And, as someone on a small staff, it's important.
Right.
That you don't come walking in and let your mood walk in 2 minutes before you and just devastate everything.
Yeah.
It can make literally the difference between people's day being good or bad.
It can.
And so this is why this stuff is important, because it doesn't just affect us, it affects others. And oftentimes the people around us that we don't want it to affect them negatively, but we feel like I can just be me. I don't have to, and it's not a matter of hiding your feelings. It's not about being somebody you're not. It's about being healthier so that you can be a healthy inclusion into the environment.
And I think that's something we might talk about next week is, the real me. I can just be the real me with other people. I think that'd be a great thing to explore next week as to the real you. But if your real you is a jackass.
Exactly.
And you can't be the real you at church. You can't be the real you at work. You can't be the real you at public. But at home, you can be the real you. Or in this group, I can be the real me. And in that real me, you're being a jackass. Then you need to take stock in that.
Please. Pretty please. There's a whole lot of jackasses walking around.
Tip number 2, and we're not going to leave that topic completely. Tip number 2, clean one physical space around you.
That sounds so simplistic, but it is so big. Like that could be the one right there that we should all just start with.
And it will launch 1,000 ships.
Oh my gosh. It feels so good. And it's so true. When my garage is cluttered, which is a lot, I can take stock of that time in my life. And if I'm honest, my mental health is not at its best. My mind is cluttered.
Right.
When the spaces around you are cluttered, it's almost a guarantee. It's because your mind is so cluttered that you can't clean those spaces out.
Now, what everybody's thinking right now is my garage is too big of a job to tackle. My living room is too big of a job my closet is too big. And that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about a complete overhaul. We're talking about one thing.
Yeah.
A drawer.
Mm-hmm.
One cabinet in the garage. Just walk through the garage and whatever trash you can see and readily grab, get it out. Take a bag of trash out. Do one thing, one small thing, and that one little accomplishment gives you a feeling of accomplishment, a positive boost, a positive feeling. And once you do that, then that motivates you maybe later or the next day to do one more little thing and one more little thing. And one of the things we've always emphasized in this show is consistency.
Yep.
And if you do one thing every day.
We went to Lowe's the other night, Dawn and I did, and we ended up buying 7 different light fixtures.
Wow.
So for the first time in 20, how many years have we been there? 21 years. We're changing our light fixtures out.
Hey.
Now that gold is back in, we're changing it. So, and I've said on here before, I'm not exactly an electrician. I'm not an electrician. I have almost died several times, but Dawn keeps buying stuff for me to do electrical.
Hey!
You do realize
I catch a clue.
I can come help you with that.
Yeah. Well, so we went and bought them. This was 4 nights ago. And
you're alive still.
And I thought, if I don't jump on this, these boxes will be covered in dust by the time I get around to it. We'll be 21 years down the road and they'll still be in the box. And so I just went ahead and got started that night.
One fixture a night.
I did one.
Yes.
The next night, I did one.
Whoa.
The next night, I did one.
There you go.
I almost got half of them up. And so we're on a roll.
Yes.
But one at a time.
One at a time.
It feels very under control and it feels very productive.
Yeah.
And so this is a big deal.
And you get to sit back and stare at the light and get all blinded and enjoy it and bring your friends over. And
I've been back and forth to Menards 4 times to try to get the right bulb that has the right, they have so many choices anymore. It's ridiculous.
It's bizarre.
Daylight, they got natural light, they got, it's just.
And then in the store, it looks different than in your house.
Completely. 40 watt, 60 watt. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah,
one at a time.
One at a time.
Yep.
Step 3. Now, this is the social media one that I can't identify with. Unfollow or mute 5 people who drain you.
That you cannot identify with? Is that what you just said?
I can't identify with this.
Because you're not really on social media?
No, I don't sit and doom scroll. So I'm not getting, my world does not exist inside social media. So, but I know people who live inside of there. I know people who have entire relationships for 10, 15 years. They never actually met the person, but they have a relationship with them through social media.
So this feels good just reading it. And what I want to recommend, though, is to unfollow without the temptation to make sure that they know. Don't do it because you're a jerk or back to jackass.
Right.
Just do it because it's healthy.
Hey, you're a jackass, so I'm unfollowing you.
Hey, I'm getting ready to unfollow you. So just do it because it's what's best for both of you.
Right.
You're no longer going to give them the remote control to your emotions. You're no longer going to get on there just for the entertainment of slamming somebody because of something that they said. If you don't like what they said, just unfollow them.
Now, to everybody listening to this, and I want you to listen to it when the podcast does get played, those were all negative reasons.
Well, it's not follow, it's unfollow.
Well, that's what I said. The AI wrote this in a negative way. And people just, that's how everybody thinks.
Follow only the people who give you life.
Exactly. I'm looking at the people in the list that I follow or my friends groups. And when I'm in the social media, am I getting lifted up? Just like you were talking earlier about people in your life. Do these people lift me up or do they drain me?
Sure.
And if I'm looking at stuff on social media that's draining me, let me unfollow that because I want to fill my social media with things that fill me up.
Yep.
Do I love puppies?
Yep.
And I follow 82 different rescue channels and puppy channels, and they make me feel good. I look at Facebook puppy channels and I feel good when I get done. Or do I look at Facebook and I feel drained when I get done.
Yeah. Well, nothing gets people fired up more than telling them that they spend too much time on social media. We tend to get offended by the things that are true. And so for somebody to tell them, you need to unfollow somebody, the real litmus test is, okay, so at the end of this hour that you just spent, do you feel better or do you feel worse?
Right.
Do you feel more peaceful or do you feel more angry? Do you feel like that, do you want to go punch somebody in the throat or do you want to give them a hug? That's the test.
What is this? What does this add value to your life?
Right.
What value does this add to your life?
Yeah.
And a lot of times in psychology, we'll do like what we call washouts. So if somebody gets hospitalized, for some serious issues, one of the things that we'll do is just turn off all medications, and they'll just do a washout.
Mm-hmm.
Let's reset everything to baseline.
Mm.
And while in the hospital, there'd be minimal, limited contact with family or friends or anything like that. We're just, they're not at work. Just taking a break, stepping away from everything. Let's do a 3, 5, 7 day washout, and then start adding things in that make things better. And you can do this with social media. Do a 7-day washout. You're not turning it off forever, but turn it off for 7 days. See what happens to your life. See how you feel without it versus with it. See, what happens during those in the margins. See what happens during those 5 hours in the evening when you're not scrolling Facebook.
Yeah. Well, the real test is going to be, will the world actually continue to move forward without your opinion? Can the human race survive? Will the United States continue to be the United States in a healthy way, one way or another?
If your opinion is not posted.
If you don't express how you're feeling. Hey.
I had a client once who turned off social media, and it changed their life. Literally changed their life from extremely anxious and worked up all the time to once they turned that off and they gave themselves the space to think for themselves and the space to freely operate their own life and look around the room. And I'm telling you, within, a couple of months, they had, college classes, excelling, pursuing different hobbies and dreams without that social media, without the 5 hours of on the phone looking at stuff. What are you going to do with that extra time? And they filled it with some really awesome, great things, and their life just shot off like a rocket. And all it simply took was turning off the phone so that they could turn on the rest of their life.
Turn off your phone, turn on your life.
Step 4, and just connect in with the phone. Everybody's on the phone. Tip 4, try a 10-minute new you habit. And Mike is trying a 10-minute new you habit right now as he stretches out his lower back.
I'll be back in 10.
But pick one small action that aligns with the future version of you. Morning stretch, which is what Mike is doing right now. A morning dance, which is what Mike is also doing right now. No phone for the first 10 minutes of the day. Woo-hoo. Oh my goodness. A glass of water, 3 deep breaths, 10 minutes of journaling or meditating. Consistency over intensity. Do something small, 10 minutes, something new. Do something new. A 2-degree shift. You get home, park the car, don't go inside, go for a walk around the block, then go inside. And then begin extending that a little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
That's those little things done daily. Just those little shifts that make such a big difference.
Do one thing small, do it consistently. That in and of itself makes a big shift. But then as that becomes a natural part of your life, then it becomes easier to add the next small thing.
Yep.
and the next small thing. And then finally, tip 5 of 5 tips to restart your life starting today. Send one courageous message. AI, I mean, that's where it lives. Send one courageous message today. Text or email someone you've been meaning to reach out to. Say what's on your heart, gratitude, apology, forgiveness, or even a bold ask. Restarting your life means stepping out of your comfort zone. And I have an or here. You could text somebody, or you get your butt off the couch and drive over to their house. You could call them and say, hey, let's meet for coffee up at the coffee store. Let's go have lunch. Let's go have breakfast. Reach out courageously to somebody that you've been meaning. Go visit somebody at their house. Maybe you need to call ahead on that. But yeah, go visit somebody. Pick up the phone, talk to them in person. Better yet, ask them to go meet you for lunch somewhere and say, I haven't been in touch with you for a while. I wanted to get back in touch. Take one courageous step today. You're wanting to ask forgiveness or give forgiveness to somebody, do it face to face.
So because I couldn't do it face to face, earlier this morning, that's why I grabbed my phone. I just thought, I'm just going to share this. I sent a note to a buddy of mine, and here's what I put. But we are recording a podcast this morning titled New You, 5 Tips to Restart Your Life. I can't help but think of you, Chop. His name is Pork Chop. But I am so proud of the courage you have had to make positive changes. Just know you are only getting started. Stay consistent and steady and keep looking up. Your best days are ahead of you, my friend. Love you. And I put a heart emoji.
Oh my God, you used an emoji. Look at you.
No, what, dude? I used 4 emojis.
That means a lot.
The finger point emoji, the clapping emoji, thumbs up. And so what he is doing right now is he is doing something that he has struggled with for years and years and years. He is currently enrolled and in class getting his GED.
Boom.
He has struggled to do this because of a lack of confidence, and he has worked it. And he says the hardest step was just getting up and doing it.
Boom. Step 1.
Step 1. He said that's the hardest part. He said the rest has been not easy, but it has. Sure. It was the hardest step was the first step.
Oh yeah. That's a huge barrier.
And so for anyone out there listening, just commit to even one of these tips, one of them, to kickstart your life, to restart your life in a positive way. Pick one and do it. Just do it. It could be the beginning of something.
Be renewed.
Amazing. All right.
Rise up.
What's your pro tip, Doc? My
pro tip. You ever heard of these new fancy fandangled ceramic car waxes?
No.
Oh, that explains a lot about your truck.
Yeah.
But
heck yeah.
The technology behind car wax has just expanded over the last 10, 15 years beyond the old paste where you had to get out there and break your arm polishing it every week.
Well, if they don't put it on at Charlie's, it ain't going on my truck.
Well, there's a spray ceramic wax, and there's many different brands of this, but you just spray it on, let it dry a little bit, and then you buff it out real well.
Oh.
Maybe you work it in a little bit and then buff it out, and it takes 5 minutes.
Huh.
Very simple, but it gives a solid ceramic, just fine film on your car, and so if you look at the commercials for it, and they'll throw a bucket of water on the car hood, and it just immediately sheds off. Period. 0 water on the hood of your car.
Nice.
That's fantastic. I bought a bottle, did it on the motorcycle. So if I get caught in a rainstorm, nobody will ever know because it'll just shed off.
Exactly.
Pro tip.
Yep.
Your bathroom sink.
Oh.
Whoa. Yeah. How many times you look down in there and see all that gunk from your mouth, the toothpaste and stuff that's stuck to the side of the wall, and you got to go in there and scrub it out with some bleach. And you're giving me that look. Like
I've literally never done that.
I know you with your OCD. You probably don't even spit in the sink. You spit in the toilet. But if you take this, you wash the sink, and then you spray this ceramic coating in there, and then polish it up, buff it in, and let it dry, harden. When you turn on your sink and the water goes in, it's straight out. And if you spit in your sink and run the water, straight out. It's all gone. No cleaning.
Wow.
No cleaning.
Does it work on glass?
Yeah.
So the shower doors?
The shower doors. See?
Even the shower itself?
Got you thinking. Shower.
Yeah. I'm sitting here going, for water spots?
Anything that where you're going to have some water that, it's not leather or wood or something like that, but your tiles, the grout, glass on the shower doors, sinks, toilet.
Yeah, so
I'll let that one sink in.
The more you're telling us about this, the more I'm thinking, I think my dad gave me a bottle of this a while back. I'll have to break it out.
Yeah, so new use for an old product.
Good pro tip. Get up and go spray something. And watch it slide away. Slide into a new you.
New you. Start today. One thing, 10 minutes, one small thing.
5 tips. All right. And have the best week of your life. Woo! Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Pastor Mike.
Thank you to everybody who continues to join us and listen in. Do us a favor and like and share. Tell somebody, one person, about just these guys and tell them to join the party.
It'll make your life better.
Yep. That's all we're trying to do. Have an awesome week.